Hey, it's Styles from Brand Content Studios. Here's your Content Marketing Quickie for the week of October 22nd, 2019. Are you ready to hear some really salacious true confessions? Did you ever think you'd hear salacious and B2B marketing in the same story? ClickZ's Luke Richards reported on some research that Uberflip and Heinz Marketing did, and wow, the respondents must have been drunk because there are some pretty honest answers. Now first, we hear a lot of things that we would totally expect to hear. 82% of surveyed B2B marketers say content is important to hitting their marketing goals. 79% said it's important outside of marketing too. Half use it pretty far into the sales funnel. A bigger percentage of marketing budgets are going toward all things demand generation. Okay, now the wow part. 48%, almost half of B2B marketers say their content is only somewhat effective or ineffective. Ouch! We love content. We don't want to hear that. What's going wrong? Well, apparently it isn't money, because the study shows effective content can be done by those who spend as little as 25% of their budget on demand gen. And 1 in 5 who said their content isn't working say they're spending over 75% of their budget on demand gen. Half said they think the problem is their content wasn't personalized, and they want to see that area improved a lot. Uberflip's CMO, Randy Frisch, I've met him, nice dude. He says the fact marketers have a desire to improve personalization points to their frustration with constantly creating more content over pointing prospects to the right content. 30% said better data and analytics should help fix things, which is interesting because guess which industry had the biggest gap between believing content is important and how effective it's been for them? Technology. You know how Dora the Explorer had that map? Thank goodness she did, or she'd have wound up another tragic Amelia Earhart story. Well, there are those who think marketers could use a map as well. And Jack Neff reports that those people are the Mobile Marketing Association. Interestingly, this doesn't even have that much to do with mobile or actual maps. It has to do with marketers being able to accurately attribute what led prospects to actually buying something. Because right now, we do the best we can, but we still have a super cloudy picture of all the things that a user looked at and considered on their way to making your cash register go ka-ching. Most marketers are only looking at the last touch point before purchase. So a lot of stock and glory is getting put in that touch point, whereas all the previous touch points, of which there are many, and much of which is content marketing, they get cheated out of their due credit. The association says, in fact, less than a third of marketers are using multi-touch attribution. Multi-touch. That sounds sexy and like something that can get you sent to HR. But it's actually discovering and assessing the value of every place the buyer went, everything they saw, and everything they did on their journey down the yellow brick road. If you don't know those things, there's no way to know what's working or how much of your budget should go to those touch points. To help us, the Mobile Marketing Association spun up this attribution think tank and came up with a journey map. Some of you believe a think tank is just a bathroom where a lot of great thinking is done, but it's a bit more than that because over 24 big-name brand marketers participated. So here's the thing. Once you move away from last-touch attribution and move toward multi-touch attribution, there are winners and losers with regard to marketing tactics. Suddenly, paid search doesn't look so important. because it really shines if you're only looking at last touch. What comes out looking a lot better? The subject near and dear to our hearts, of course: online video and brand content. TIAA Chief Customer Officer Sanjay Gupta says most people aren't using multi-touch attribution, which means they aren't leveraging the full might of their budgets. And worse, they're optimizing based on the wrong metric. You can get lulled into this false confidence you're doing things at a sophisticated level when you're not. The association's CEO, Greg Stewart, says multi-touch also goes deeper than the commonly used media mix modeling. Swell, but what did the brands think? Lou Pascalis is SVP Customer Engagement and Media Investment at Bank of America, and says if you don't have the right attribution model, content has no business model. We know from research content is highly valuable. Multi-touch attribution fully captures that value. Now here's the bad news. Implementing multi-touch attribution, it's not easy. Gupta says get ready for about a 9-month project. Geez, that's how long it took to make me. We live in a world where it's getting hard to have faith or trust in anything. And digital advertising metrics are most certainly no exception. We hear all the time about how valuable data is, but what if that data is wrong and ad buying decisions are being made based on it every day? Now, you might say, well, we have to take whatever data we get because that's all we have to go by. All we can do is hope that it's accurate. Which begs the question, how did we ever allow ourselves to get put in this position in the first place? We're out there buying up snake oil by the gallon. But sometimes a little justice is done. Ad Age's Garrett Sloan reports Facebook has cut a deal and will pay advertisers $40 million for inflated video metrics that were incorrectly given out over 18 months in 2015 and 2016. It was a class action suit, and the claim was that some 1.35 million advertisers could have been affected. What went wrong? To their credit, Facebook came out and said in 2016 they used a bad formula to tally up the average amount of time users watched videos. The marketers, always ready and eager to hear good news, came to believe their videos were doing better than they really were. Some claimed video watch times were inflated up to 900%. But you know how these things go when there's a squabble. Facebook said, look, the bad formula only affected videos that were posted by brands to their pages for free, and paid ads weren't an issue, so it didn't cost anybody any money. But the lawsuit said, what the blue F? When we marketers saw those exciting yet wrong stats on the videos we posted, we got all excited about them, and it led us to spending more on Facebook ads than we otherwise would have. There were also claims Facebook knew these numbers were bogus long before they let on. So the settlement has been settled, but it's not like there hasn't been any fallout. Brands have started getting in the habit of being at least a little suspicious and are demanding not just Facebook, but other platforms be much more accountable for their numbers. There's this thing called the Media Rating Council, and Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, they've all started working with them to audit their metrics. At the end of the day, it looks like the days of platforms being the sole unchecked reporters of ad and media performance are coming to an end. Lastly, and quickly, you think you're pretty smart, don't you? Come on. Yes, you do. Big, smart, savvy marketing professional. So get this. Vanquis Bank asked 2,000 workers in the UK, Would you accept a promotion without a pay raise? B2B sales author Jeffrey James sees right through that tactic and said promotions like that are either meaningless, a new title means little inside or outside of your company, and it keeps you from asking for a real promotion, and recruiters don't care, they only care about what you've done. Or they're manipulative. The promotion comes with extra work, but for no extra pay. So you've just devalued yourself and gotten promoted into a pay cut. Sucker! Well, Jeffrey thought marketing professionals would surely be the last to fall for such a thing. Having an awareness of people that makes them good at office politics and a deep understanding of the relationship between product and value. But nope, 58% of marketers said yes, they would indeed accept a title-only promotion, while only about 11% of engineers would fall for it. Enjoy that new title. That's the Content Marketing Quickie for this week. PBS programming is made possible by viewers like you. Oops, wrong script. I don't want your money. I just want you to subscribe. Back next week.